What do you do with the Bitcoin besides it just gather value?
Real estate developers in New York City, they're not buying the real estate because they want to live in it.
But like most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
People that use fiat currency as a store of value, we call them poor. We call them poor. People that use fiat currency, we call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor.
We're going to turn it around and we're going to start winning again. We're going to win so much. We're going to win at every level. We're going to win economically. We're going to win with the economy. We're going to win with military. We're going to win with healthcare for our veterans. We're going to win with...
Right, like the point is if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura. Forever.
Right, I mean, right, but I mean, we can all look Bitcoin sort of as...
Forever, Laura. People that use fiat currency as a store of value, we call them poor. We call them poor. People that use fiat currency, we call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor.
Single facet. We're going to win so much. You may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more. We're going to win so much.
We call them poor. We call them poor. Okay. Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? Right? There's no second best. Okay. But take all your money, buy Bitcoin, then take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin, then take all your time and figure out what you can sell to buy Bitcoin. And if you absolutely love the thing that you don't want to sell it, go mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with it. And if you've got a business that you love because your family works for the business, it's in your family for 37 years, and you can't bear to sell it, mortgage it, finance it, and convert the proceeds into the hardest money on earth, which is Bitcoin. We call them poor. There's a name for them. We call them poor. We call them poor. Okay. Right, like the point is if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura. Forever.
Right, I mean, right, but I mean, we can all look Bitcoin sort of as...
Forever, Laura. People that use fiat
Hope you guys can hear me and can see me. Chat. If you can hear and see me, make sure you drop that W in there. I'm back here with some incredible news to share regarding Moo Deng. This is probably going to be the shortest stream ever. But I didn't want to skip a day. At the same time, I also wanted to give you guys a pretty good update of what's going on in the Moo Deng, because things are moving. And if you need to make some adjustments, consider this your opportunity. Nothing more to it, nothing personal. Just that things are happening really, really, really fast, if you know what I'm saying. So if you can hear me correctly, make sure you hit the W so that I can see and hear you. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, sir. To all the trench lords joining us here. It's always amazing to be here with you guys. There we go. Okay. Bitcoin pumping. So I might as well pump myself. Like we say, pump yourself before you pump your bags. So I will start. How many was that? 20 already? I just pumped it. All right. 57,326 for BTC. That is some really, really good stuff right there, sir. I like to see it. So what's going on in the trenches today? Okay. ETH is back above $2,000 again. Why does it have to do that? Like, it just went down to stop me, and now it's going back up. Remember, my stop loss was at $2,000 yesterday, so I definitely got stopped. But one thing that we discussed here for the last few days was Toncoin. If you remember on last night's live stream, I was flexing to Alex that I got a long position on Toncoin, which I did enter just a week ago, right here on the stream, and I showed you the position. Yesterday we were down bad on it. Now we're back to green, $1,400 in profit on this one. So if you also have this position open, fist bump to you, sir. We're winning. We're winning. I think this is only the beginning. I'm expecting a really, really big pump on Toncoin. That is for sure. So Ethereum position got stopped. And you know what we can do now? We can update our stop loss now, finally. Our entry was what? 3.69, and now we're like 3.9. Okay, I think we should be fine for now. I'll probably just put at 3.5 to be safe. Let's see. Anyway, it's already there. So our stop loss is already at 3.49 in a way. So good. We shall survive. We shall survive it. Let me remind all the people from x.com that we're live and they should be here with us. This is the official MooDeng update. Everybody has been asking me about MooDeng. MooDeng, am I long? Am I still holding? Now you're going to get your answer. Because there are people who feel that I gave up on MooDeng out there. So we're going to have a look at the numbers tonight, and we can decide exactly what is going on. Okay. Discussing MooDeng on Solana tonight. The storm before the pump. Join us now. And I'll also share this in the MooDeng community chat. I don't know if some of you guys are in that group, but it's very, very helpful. But you know, I'm really surprised to see the MooDeng community on X. You can go an hour these days without any message. Like the last message right now from what I'm looking at was over an hour ago. I think that is weak if you ask me. Because if we are to win, we're supposed to be doing much, much more. Anyway, so the biggest stories in crypto right now before we get started, there are two main stories. First story is about the Jelly coin, the beef between Jelly and Hyperliquid. That's one. And then there's also, let me just show you this. We talked about it briefly yesterday. The way it has ended up, Hyperliquid ended up the winner in this madness. Alerts. Another drama hit Hyperliquid as a whale manipulated Jelly by opening a $6 million short, self-liquidating and forcing HLP votes to inherit a massive position, resulting in over $10 million in unrealized losses. Hyperliquid intervened, delisted Jelly, and force closed the trade at a favorable price, flipping the situation into a $700,000 profit. And then there are rumors out there that this is Binance. Binance is the one that is attacking the Hyperliquid platform because they want it destroyed, similarly to what they did to FTX, but this is only speculation. Personally, I don't think that's what's happening, but it is what it is. Maybe it is happening. Maybe it's Binance behind it trying to destroy competitors. This is what large organizations do when they grow so big. They don't want any competition. But like I told you yesterday, the Hyperliquid team is very, very smart. It's a bunch of smart guys, really good at trading, really good at building. So I think Hyperliquid is going to be a problem. The more you see this, I can tell you, the more you should be now understanding that Hype is a good token. And I'm repeating myself here, Hype is a good token. Even though I avoided buying it because it was overpriced, the current prices and lower are pretty much decent. So if you're looking for something more utility-wise with good tokenomics out of the last, I would say in the last 3 years, the best token that is not a meme coin to come out in the last 3 years is Hype. There is no second best. If you don't agree with me, type a ticker that is better than Hype right now in the last 3 years that came out. That is not a meme coin. There's not a single one. Okay, so here we got Gracie, who is the CEO of BitGet. Hyperliquid may be on track to become FTX 2.0. The way it handled Jelly incident was immature, unethical, and unprofessional, triggering user losses and casting serious doubts over its integrity. Despite presenting itself as an innovative decentralized exchange with a bold vision, Hyperliquid operates more like an offshore centralized exchange with no KYC AML, enabling illicit flows and bad actors. The decision to close the Jelly market and force settlement of positions at a favorable price sets a dangerous precedent. Trust, not capital, is the foundation of any exchange. Centralized or decentralized exchange. And once lost, it's almost impossible to recover. And look, these people have been attacked. What are you expecting them to do, man? We have seen people do weird things. Literally, Ethereum, during the Ethereum DAO, the investment DAO days, Ethereum literally reversed the chain because they didn't agree with what was going on. They're like, oh, we don't like what these guys are doing. We think that they're hackers or they took our tokens or whatever. Let's just roll back the chain and then we go back in the past. These are the things that have happened in crypto before. So let's not act like these guys were bonkers. They were trying to protect their users and also trying to protect themselves. But obviously, centralized exchanges, this is a good signal to see that they're not happy with Hyperliquid. Because if you think about it, right, all the centralized exchanges, they make their money through perps, perpetual swaps. You go long, you go short, the fees are great, people get liquidated, it's great. And then all of them have to abide by the KYC AML regulations. Hyperliquid managed to build a decentralized exchange for this kind of stuff. And they managed to pull it off because you think about every crypto exchange now, they have their own Web3 or a DEX platform. It never works. The liquidity is bad. The user experience is terrible. They just do it to sort of look like they're innovating. Even Binance did Binance DEX long ago, like 4 or 5 years ago. It never went anywhere. And Hyperliquid managed to crack it. Now, it's allowing people with all sorts of money. Some of them are probably money launderers, like who are these guys? the Lazarus Group. They can go on Hyperliquid right now and trade. It's decentralized, right? So it's now starting to attract billions of dollars of ghost accounts of people you will never be able to know to trade on the platform. And obviously the centralized exchanges are not happy because people are withdrawing from that, from their exchanges. They're withdrawing from Binance, from Bybit, from BitGet for some reason, and they'll go and trade on Hyperliquid. So it's going to be a big game, a huge competition. I do think Hyperliquid is going to end up also having a centralized portion of the exchange. It makes logical sense to do it so that they can get regulated on one aspect of the business, but their main business is still going to be the decentralized exchange. So I'm saying all this simply to say freaking Hype is a good token. Never say I didn't tell you. Not financial advice, but I think this is all bullish sentiment towards the Hyperliquid. It shows that it's a force to be reckoned with. Now, we can compare right now. Let's look at BNB. BNB is a token by Binance with a $93 billion market cap. Why? Simply because it's backed by Binance, but also there's a chain. They have their own blockchain, the BNB chain, which is also not used that very much. And let's look at the tokenomics. You look at Hype, you can compare Hype to BNB. Then we can look at the potential. So currently Hyperliquid is only $4 billion. BNB, $93 billion. Ladies and gentlemen, what you're looking at right now is the freaking potential of how high Hype token could go. Even if you say, oh, but the FDV is higher. Yeah, the FDV is only 14 billion. So the potential is high. We're talking about a token that is worth potentially $200 billion right here. And currently it has the FDV of, so you're looking at more than 10x if it has to go to 200 billion. You're looking at, about 14x or so. So what are you thinking, guys? And let's look at the supply. Maybe BNB is good in this aspect. It has $145 million. Let's say a max supply of 200 million. What about Hype? 1 billion. So in that instance, surely BNB is good at the supply metrics. But that being said, you have to keep in mind that the distribution of Hyperliquid is really good. Most tokens are being held by the community because they got an airdrop and so on and so forth. Whereas BNB is mostly controlled by CZ and the Binance cabal. I just wanted to cover that quickly before we talk about MooDeng. MooDeng. Okay. So if you want to hear about MooDeng, if you're still holding, yo, Nether is back. Wow, the Memecoin show community is coming back slowly but surely. We're seeing a lot more of you guys coming back into it. Oh my gosh. I'm seeing a lot of old faces here coming back. I mean, welcome back, guys. I never went anywhere, only you guys left. But if you're still holding MooDeng, drop a W in the chat before we get started, before we talk about the real deal. Before we talk about the real deal, the real story of MooDeng and where it's going next. If you sold MooDeng, drop an L in the chat right now. Drop an L in the chat. Okay, now before we talk about MooDeng, I want to give a special shout out to our sponsor on this episode of the Memecoin show, and that is nothing other than VeChain. Yesterday, I shared something really great happening in the VeChain ecosystem. Today, I'm also about to hit you guys with another one because you have to be in the know. Yesterday, I gave you something to do with VBetter, which is an incredible opportunity to generate passive income for a lot of you crypto degenerates out there. Now, today, there's something even much better. This is the VeChain Renaissance 2025 roadmap. VeChain Renaissance means that the evolution of VeChain. VeChain is now evolving. So this is something that if you're in crypto, you're active, you're a crypto investor, trader, whatever, you have to know about this. There is now a 2-token model in the VeChain ecosystem. That's going to be the VET and VTHO. That is now evolving into a dynamic VTHO issuance for staking nodes, validators, and builders. This will reduce inflation and align token rewards with meaningful contributions. And POA 3.0 brings new delegation mechanics. That is, an X economic nodes can stake or delegate to validators and earning plus more. So if you want to know more about this, there's a beautiful post on X on the VeChain official account. And then there's also the entire roadmap of exactly what they're doing. There Q1, there's the foundations of Galactica. Q2, Galactica meets mainnet. So Q2 is mainnet, which is very close. And you know what happens when mainnet is coming to life. Q3 is going to be launching Hayabusa. And Q4 is going to be a new word, the Hayabusa era. And 2025 is a year of change. Wrapping up by saying that VeChain has been founded in 2015. So it's a OG project, has been around for a long time, and it's basically just evolving to a better future through the VeChain Renaissance. And you have to look forward to the VTHO issuance out there. Shout out to VeChain for supporting the show, the Memecoin show, and the community, and even the cabal. Really appreciate you for supporting the show. Let's get back to business now. Let's talk about baby Moo Deng. So yesterday, we also talked about Moo Deng a little bit. Moo Deng. Yesterday, we talked about Moo Deng. The day before, we talked about Moo Deng. And the day before, we talked about Moo Deng. And every day, we talk about Moo Deng because we love this coin, man. And after a long time of being down so bad, badder than bad, a silver lining decided to show up. We saw a little something coming to life. So Moo Deng came back from the DEAD, from the trenches of about $35 million. We bounced back a little bit now to $43 million market cap. And this is a very huge sign. And we are now at a moment that is sort of a support level-ish. And Bitcoin is now looking bullish, trying to reclaim $90,000 and beyond. And Moo Deng has still been cooking. And if you look at the metrics of Moo Deng, beyond just the chart, you will see on X that the sentiment is starting to come back. So I'll go back to Lunar Crash and show you guys what is going on here. You will see that the community is starting to rise up. Oh my gosh, a bunch of people sold Moo Deng. Okay, guys, you're about to regret your entire future. I'll tell you right now. So you can see on Moo Deng right now that the engagement level and dimensions have now increased on Lunar Crash. Sentiment is a little bit down still because we're still under the water. But soon enough, we should be able to see that number also starting to increase. What we want right now is basically we need more creators, we need more mentions, and then we need a huge social dominance. And then that will create a much stronger sentiment about Moo Deng, which is the position that we're looking for. So if you are looking for a 10x, like I'm looking for a 10x, or it's as easy right now as buying Moo Deng and riding it all the way up to $430 million. Understand right now that you don't have to ride it all the way to $1 billion for you to make a 10x. It's really as easy as that now. If you're a strong hard believer and you're like, oh, Moo Deng to the moon forever, I'm looking at $1 billion plus more, then you'll make more X's. You're looking at a lot of X's, more than 10x. You're looking at 20x. You're looking at 20x and beyond just to go to $1 billion. What about people who have the targets of 5 billion? Well, it's just more money and more money and more money. So many X's, guys. So it's such a clear piece of art if you look at it from that perspective, right? Where's MooDeng? Yeah, here we go. It's such a piece of art if you look at it. For a coin that has already been listed on Coinbase and a bunch of all the other exchanges, strong community, 69,000 on-chain holders, and the chart looks like this. The market is wrong, guys. The market is wrong. So I was looking today, I was like, okay, if I had to make a 10x move right now, what coin would I be flipping on? What would I be buying? And it comes back to this again and again. Like MooDeng is really extremely undervalued. Extremely undervalued. Consider that it's being market made by Winamute, which is one of the basically the largest market maker in crypto. They're the #1 holder of this coin. At least they were. Maybe the numbers changed now. I'll have to check. But right now, we're under the weather. And it's fun and games right now until we hit $1 again. Now, ask yourself this question. How high do we have to go to hit $1? The answer is going to shock you. What about how high do we need to go just to claim a new all-time high? That's going to be $700 million, $710 million, technically. So anything that has happened here, all the down days and the down weeks are nothing but a grand opportunity. I mean, how low can it go? Because if it slashes a 50% from here, then it's just a $20 million market cap level. You're looking at $21.5 million. Okay, can it get worse than that? Maybe, but I doubt it. I highly doubt it. So consider this a call of the century. This is the MooDeng bottom. It's not going to stay here for longer than you think it will. Very soon, we will be back into high sentiment. We'll claim the narrative again. Excitement will come back and people will talk about MooDeng, the baby hippo. The memes are coming back. Not financial advice. I'm just telling you my view and what I'm doing. So that is my point on that. MooDeng to the freaking moon. Extremely undervalued. Goatee says, bro, please tell us what you think about Fartcoin community. Fartcoin community to the freaking moon. If you have been watching this channel, you probably got into Fartcoin at $11 million because that's when we found it here. Or it was 14 million to be specific. $40 million. $14 million. $14 million, and then you went above to $2 billion because it went above $2. That's why you should never miss an episode of the Memecoin show. So my views on Fartcoin, I am a huge holder of Fartcoin. I made a smart move. I sold when it was going up. I sold at $1, $2, and I've been now buying the dips. And I've already said that if there are 3 tokens, there are 3 coins that are more likely to flip Dogecoin this year. There's SPX 6900, Fartcoin, and the third one, I could put Trump on it or Giga. So this, I think 3, I would say 3. And the 4th one is kind of like it can break into that category, but it won't sustain it. That is Trump because of the tokenomics. So Fartcoin is, I think, the legend of this meme cycle. It's going to be Fartcoin. It's going to be the new, Fartcoin is the new Pepe. It is the new whiff of this cycle. Whether you like it or not, I don't care. But the proof is in the pudding. We have already seen what it's done. It flipped GOAT, flipped MooDeng, flipped SPX, flipped a bunch of other coins. Any meme coin out there that came out recently was flipped by Fartcoin. Why do you think that is? Because hot air rises. And that is the science and the mechanics you need to understand for you to be part of the Fartcoin cabal or the army. The Fartcoin army believe in hot air rising. Does it rise? Of course. That is just basic physics. I've also said about the Fartcoin on base that it's also a good play. So just putting it out there. Mexicans says that MooDeng is on a downward trend. I'll wait for it to get around the all-time lows to buy, but definitely not right now. Sure, you're more than welcome, sir. I think any price right now and lower, it's a good opportunity to buy, because you have to understand when the bounce back happens, it's going to be very, very, very disruptive. It's not going to be forgiving. It's going to be $100 million, 300, 700, 1.2 billion. And you'll be like, oh, I knew it. I should have bought it. Yeah. So it's like that. Winamute is out of MooDeng. Okay, now I know why the chart is really that bad. They wash traded on all of us. Absolutely right, sir. You're right about that. If they sold, then yeah, you're absolutely right. All right. So right now, the current topic in crypto, in the meme coin trenches specifically, is Ghibli. So we saw it yesterday at $8 million, and I decided to fade. I was like, it should go to 4 million. I'll buy it, and I faded. I didn't buy. Now we're looking at $27 million. Now, if you're like, oh, I feel missing out on this, I should have got in, I will tell you something. This coin is also not, I mean, it has the potential, but I don't think it's going to go anywhere crazy. AI has changed how meme coin patterns are moving right now. Trends are coming quicker and disappearing quickly as well. So just last week, we had a new trend. We had Saratoga. If you remember, the coin was called Morning Routine. It was routine. Yeah, routine. Just remember, just last week, we were talking about morning routine. It was the biggest thing on X, all over the internet. Everybody was posting, making memes about it. And you would have bet your life that this is the real deal. This is the meme of the season, maybe. You know, people like it. It's on TikTok, it's on X, on Instagram. You would be like, okay, maybe this coin could run to 200 million. Never, it never happened. Right now, nobody talks about it. Market cap is now $1.2 million. Done. Nedar Taxi is back. Yeah, man. Good to see you, brother. Where have you been? Did you take a sabbatical, or you took some time to cry over yourself on round-tripping generational wealth? Because we all felt it, man. Everybody round-tripped here. But we took 1 minute to cry, dusted off, and folded our clothes, raise up our sleeves, and we get back to work, bro. That's what we do. Brandon says, bought Ghibli at $4 million market cap. Yeah, bro. If you bought it at that early, I would say you have to be looking at winding up right now, because it's probably about to be over. Because I can use routine as a benchmark for this kind of token. The highest market cap was 19 million. So right now, Ghibli is already much more than that. It's 29 million. I think this is probably the end. How high can MooDeng go? I think MooDeng could go to $4 billion in a good market. All we're waiting for is a good market. You know, the fundamentals are already done. We already know that we're going to the moon and all that stuff. There's no doubt about that. We're just waiting for the good market to do it. Chill guy is chilled by soccer, baseball, basketball teams, celebrities among the top. Yeah, MooDeng, I think, could go to $4 billion. $4 billion. You think Binance will list spot MooDeng? I think if MooDeng bounce back and goes to like $1 billion, Binance will list it for sure. Because the next listing phase of these exchanges, they'll be looking at which coins survived. They have the best communities in the bounce back. Those are the ones that will make it. Okay, now, are there any matches that you guys know of that I can put some money on? Because I'm still sitting on my 33,000 that I haven't touched just yet, waiting for things to do. So if you tell me what to do, any upcoming games that you want me to predict, let me know. I would definitely want to have a look at that. This weekend, we have a lot going on, right? We got, is the English Premier League back this weekend? Okay, so we got Spanish La Liga. Okay, let's go to the live ones. Basketball or football is fair game. If you tell me which team to choose, I'll do it. Barcelona has a game. It's a women's one. Barcelona women are playing. Wolfsburg is losing. Okay, there's no point picking that one. Sao Paulo. Okay, these are all women's games, but I don't mind. Yeah, it's just that I don't understand them. Recife. Wow, there's a lot of women's football. So is it that women's football is being played on Thursdays? That's how it works? Okay, I'll stick to what I understand, sir. So on April 1st, Arsenal Fulham, I would take okay, I'll take a draw on this one. Just because I'll put in only 1K. Because the outcomes of the draws are so greater, bro. So I like the draws. Wolves, West Ham, I'll go with another draw. A K also. Nottingham and Manchester, I'll just go with another draw. I know this is probably stupid, but hey, man, I love the game. I'll go for the draw. I'll go for the draw. I'll go for the draw. Manchester City against Leicester City. I'll go for a draw because there is literally 7.68. Okay, let's see how that goes. If you guys got any games that you know of, let me know. What do you think about Everton against Liverpool? Can Everton win? Because if it does, it's 8.2. Right. So what's better? Is it CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap? Both, man. I like both of them. It's just that CoinMarketCap for me, it's a little too. CoinMarketCap, it's a little too crowded. The UI, it's too jarring to the eye. They made everything too small because they were trying to fit into everything into one screen, and I think it lost its appeal to me. CoinGecko, it's very sort of basic. So I like that it's very simplistic. I like that. I never knew that Barca had a women's team. Yeah, they do. All teams now have a women's team. Apparently, the women's sports is growing, apparently. Barcelona is playing Osasuna in 40 minutes. Okay, I would take Barcelona on that one. I love Barcelona. Barcelona is my team, sir. Is that in the Spanish La Liga, yeah? Yeah, I see it now. Barcelona, Osasuna. So the odds are a little too bad. So I'm just going to put like $4,000 on this one. Because, I mean, $4,000 to make $800, that's a little too risky, bro. Okay, it's freaking Barcelona. Let's just do it anyway. It's freaking Barcelona. Okay, so over 2.5 goals. I think that is actually a good one. Maybe that's what we should do. No, not this. Over 2.5, yeah? Over 2.5 is like 1.7, bro. 1.71. But I think it's still good. I'll just put like 2K on that one. What else? What else? What else? What else, amigos? Uh, 4K on a prediction. Yeah, bro. But you see, I made most of this money from all these prediction adventures over the last 2 weeks, so I don't mind it. My strategy has been really simple. I'm just going for the draws. The draws, they're rare, but they have bigger odds. So when they happen, you know, I grab a W, big W's. Yeah, bro. You know, you gotta do something about it. MooDeng needs a Binance listing. I don't think so. It needs a strong, relentless, degenerate, and delusional community. Any meme coin right now, that's what it needs. Binance is not going to save you. Coinbase is not going to save you. It's community that's going to save it. Someone says the Barcelona Osasuna has to be over 3. Okay, so that makes me a little, feel a little weird now about the over 2.5. Maybe I should change it. Can I change? It's gone. It's when you set it. Once you set it, you forget it. Hyperliquid is the token to buy in the next bear market. Absolutely. I totally agree with you. Hype is where it's at, sir. Yeah, MooDeng got a lot of listing. The only reason why it's down bad is simply because the market is terrible right now. Guys, if you want any platform that I use for trading here, whether it's going long and short, I'm using Bybit, as you can see here. For meme coins on centralized exchanges, I'm using CoinW. I have, this is where I had built the $200,000 portfolio. It's now down. I have maybe $70,000 remaining, but it's CoinW, no KYC needed, great platform, great app, it's fast. They list a lot of meme coins early, so take advantage of it. Even where I'm making all my predictions here, Dexport. The links to these platforms are always in the description of my videos and also in the bio of my Twitter, X, or Instagram account. If you click this link here, it will take you to all the platforms that I use. So, because if you use my links, they come with a lot of benefits. Welcome bonuses, VIP status. Like on Dexport right now, they have, you're getting a free prediction if you use my link to get on it. So never say I didn't tell you, basically. All right, I think I've done my job today. I wanted to come here and talk about MooDeng, and that's basically all it is. Imagine SPX got listed on Binance. That is inevitable. That is inevitable, sir. Just make sure you hold on to your SPX and you don't sell it, and things are going to happen. Wintermute is top holder of Chill Guy, AI16Z, and Zero Bro. Yeah, that's a good. They dumped MooDeng. That's a very good. That's very good alpha right there. The thing is, that still does not guarantee that they will be holding onto those tokens too. Wintermute are traders. They're a market maker. They'll hold on to and they'll trade whatever they see the value in. And whenever they're done rinsing that token, they will dump it on the market. However, the fact that they're still holding it means that the party is not over. So these are the signals we can use for us to accumulate a lot more cryptos. All right. Cheers, my friends. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. I didn't mean to stream for too long tonight. But I appreciate all of you. Wishing you the best. Enjoy the trenches. And wishing you a big winning weekend. A big win. We have to win big. Bigly. Massive. Stay out of trouble, guys. Lock in.